From gorgeous and scenic Watsonville, California, lays Ocean Speedway, and part-time announcer and PR director Gary Thomas is here to break down all the happenings of what's going to be happening in 2023 at Ocean Speedway. That's next. Hello, I'm Ben Dethridge, and I'm the host of Getting Up to Speed. We talk to sprint car drivers from the Pacific Coast, whether they race in Oregon, Washington, California. If they run it, we're going to talk about it. Also branch out a little bit, as well as drivers that perhaps are from here that race elsewhere, or some drivers that come in and try and take some money from the West Coast. In these episodes, we talk about past experience, past seasons, as well as upcoming races, as well as how's the season going. We hope you enjoy these episodes. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. And stay tuned for more and more content. Now let's get into the interview. Well, Gary Thomas is back with us. He's the part-time announcer as well as PR guru. Ocean Speedway in Watsonville, California is what we're going to be talking about. And Gary, 2023 schedule will feature 21 sprint car shows by my count, 20 of which are 360, and just one lone 410 appearance by the NARC 410 series. Pretty full and action-packed schedule for Watsonville this year.
Yeah, I always love having the chance to get down to Ocean Speedway, and once again, they do present a fairly full schedule with a lot of wing sprint car racing, and the other classes there are always a joy to watch as well. Great weather and almost always great racing at Watsonville.
And most of them on Saturday nights, which makes it great for those folks. Maybe they have a Saturday night home track. It's a great way to kind of kick the weekend off, and always gorgeous and scenic views in that area of the country in Santa Cruz County, and, awesome racing too at Watsonville.
Yeah, we always like Friday night lights by the ocean. So, in California, basically you got Ocean and Chico that throughout the years have been primarily Friday night tracks, and it's always a lot of fun. I think I'm going to get down there about 9 or 10 times. I split things up with Stephen Blakesley, and it works out good because it's about maybe about 3 hours from Sacramento one way. So it's a little bit of a drive, but it's worth it to get down to that coastal weather.
Yeah, no doubt. And things firing off pretty soon. March 24th is when the Ocean Sprints open things up. And there's always a great cast of characters that race at Ocean Speedway.
Yeah, there's a lot of great locals and a lot of, second and third generation drivers that continue to race out there. And last year was really cool to see Kurt Nelson win the track championship. His dad, Dean, was a longtime racer, and Kurt's been out here for many years. I think when we were doing research and talking to him at the end of the year, he's only missed one 360 race in Watsonville since 2007 when I think it became a regular part of the program. Okay. So he's been a huge supporter of that track, and to see him win that championship last year was one of the real special moments in California.
Yeah, no doubt. He's been a staple from Gilroy, nearby there, garlic capital of California. And, that's it. You smell it right when you're going through. Oh yeah, totally. And so I've never been to Ocean, but I did drive through Gilroy on my way to go to Hanford because I had to fly in from San Jose versus Fresno. So I went to Pacheco Pass, and it reminded me so much of the Bay Area of vineyards and lots of agriculture in that area, Salinas and Romas and Prunedale and everything, and just gorgeous country. Remind me a lot of Sonoma County.
Yeah, that's one of the things I always have in my announcer document when I'm kind of, just if there's dead air talking about, the surrounding area. It's all about agriculture. You drive right through the lettuce fields and strawberry fields and stuff like that. And we talked about the climate over there. It does get a little warm at times, but sometimes you'll get over that other side of the mountain and it'll drop 20 degrees. That's the place we want to be in the summer.
Yeah, no doubt. Big event that they have there, and it's been there for some time, and it's established itself as a marquee show. The Howard Kading Classic. It's going to be July 14th and 15th this year. The 14th will be a 360 program, and we mentioned that one and only time that the NARC 410 series is in town. That'll be Saturday the 15th, and that pays tribute to, a legend when it comes to California racing.
Yeah, the Howard Kading Classic this year, it's crazy. It's the 13th season of it already. I had the honor of working the very first one, and I worked the first several until I became the announcer of Placerville. So I haven't had the chance to get there in recent years, but that's it's one of those big events in California. I mean, you got, the Trophy Cup, the Gold Cup, the Peter Murphy Classic, and others, but you got to lump the Howard Kading Classic into that because the grandstands are packed. There's always a ton of campers, and the pit area is always full. So, the HK Classic, that's one of the cornerstones in the Golden State.
Yeah, and of course they've got the Johnny Key Classic, and that's when the Sprint Car Challenge Tour will be in town. That's August 19th, and that race, as far as 360s are considered, is one of the biggest.
Yeah, that's a huge event, the 63rd Johnny Key Classic. Last year, I think we were just under 50 cars, and the year before, I think we had like 55 or 56 sprint cars on hand. So that's another fun one, and for the third straight year, it's going to be sanctioned by SCCT, and the third straight year, it's going to be a 2-night show. Friday is going to be the Key kickoff race with the Taco Bravo 360. So that's another one to come on out. If you got an RV, you got a tent, come have some fun with us August 18th and 19th.
And that deal, it's you show up and you run. I know that in years past, they had some qualifying nights, and you had to win to get in, kind of thing. But now it's kind of a open season deal, which is cool.
Yeah, it kind of just opens it up for everybody. I know there was a lot of tradition over the years that some of the traditionalists are mad. They think it still should be that way, and they think it still should be 50 laps. But things evolve, and that's just the way it is. These tracks, running a 50-lap main event is tough to put a track in for that whole time. So the last couple of years we've been 35 laps, and assuming we're going to do that again. But it's open to everybody to come race, and I think we also have a lightning sprint Civil War race that night too, and they should have probably right around 30 cars or so as well.
Well, and then the following weekend will be championship night for them on August 25th. And again, right around 2360 shows, there's a lot of race, not a lot of downtime for the Ocean Sprints.
Yeah. It's a full season. I mean, right off the bat, I know at least last year, I think it was 7 or 8 weeks in a row, and it might even be similar to how it is this year, where if you're going to win a championship, you gotta have a great maintenance program, and you got to be committed, because it's not an easy championship to win when it comes to the amount of shows that they have.
Yeah, and as I said, they've got a good starting base of some good top quality drivers, and you mentioned multi-generations. You've got the Nelsons that have ran there, the Chisholms, the Ringos, and forgive me if I've forgotten anyone. Well, the Keys, so can't forget that. But, it's great to see that it's still going and going on strong.
Yeah, and it's a great track. You think about household names like Justin Sanders and Shane Golovic, who have been, making names for themselves across the country. This is the track where they cut their teeth. They started their sprint car career right there at Ocean Speedway. They're both former track champions. So there's a long history with this track. Dennis Maddish had a great book when it came to Watsonville and Salinas Auto Racing that if the fans ever get a chance to visit him on Facebook, Dennis Maddish, great book, a great history.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out. I love history. So, because before it was Ocean Speedway, Watsonville Speedway, right?
Right, yeah. Before it was Watsonville Speedway, and then John Prentice was involved with Ocean Honda, Ocean Chevrolet, I think it was. And once he took over, then he rebranded it to Ocean Speedway Watsonville. Yeah,
and then, like you said, the Ocean Sprints, it's went through a couple different presenting sponsors, but 2006 2007 it's been going gangbusters and not slowing down at all.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Like I say, it's kind of the Friday night home for auto racing in Northern California now, with Chico not running as many Friday shows as they used to. So it should be a good year at Watsonville. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting down there as much as possible.
Yeah, no doubt. And what are some good outlets for some folks to check out additional information, perhaps race results, race recaps, press releases, anything of that good nature?
Yeah, if you go to the website oceanspeedway.com, there's normally at least a post-race report that either myself or Stephen Blakesley put together. And then if you're on Facebook, you can go to Ocean Speedway Watsonville Fairgrounds. Try to keep that updated as much as possible. So those are probably the two best places to check out if you're looking for Ocean Speedway news.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you heard it there. That's one place that I have not went to in the Golden State, and I'm looking forward to and hoping I can go at least once this year. I mean, the Johnny Key and the Howard Kading, those are two races that are quite tempting, or maybe just even a regular show on Friday.
Yeah, those are, really any show at Watsonville is good. And, you got to pick one of those days that it's going to be warm. So, because it's going to be pretty cool down there at Watsonville. That's a nice getaway.
Well, maybe next time I fly into San Jose, which is kind of cool because you see like continued heritage from some of those drivers that used to race at San Jose that have spilled over to Ocean.
Yeah, and there's a lot of the same sponsors, with Taco Bravo and Hi Fi Pizza. They're heavily involved with the track and some of the events during the year. So if you're a race fan, you got to check out Taco Bravo and High Five to have lunch before you go to the races.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we thank you so much, Gary, for taking your time. I know you're busy doing all sorts of different things of making the sport great, but we really appreciate it, and we'll be talking soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, Ben, and we hope to see everyone at Ocean Speedway this year.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to this latest episode of Getting Up to Speed with me, Ben Dethridge. We hope you enjoyed this program. We hope also that you hit the subscribe button and the like button, as that really helps things out, spreads things out. Be sure and share as well on social media so that more people can listen to these great interviews and from these great drivers. Getting Up to Speed is a production of Highside Racing Promotions. For more information, you can check it all out on Facebook at Highside Promotions.